bet. I'm with Tooradin to start the day off.
And then Heir to the Throne and Mahamadeus, the favourites gripping on Tooradin, and Tooradin for dear life won it from Prince Ziggy.
But Chirith on top for me in race 3.
Tarath 3/4, Anavisto slowly getting there. Tarath holding on and won it a long neck. Tarath beat Anavisto.
Masked Crusader, who is my on-top selection for Caulfield race 5.
And Masked Crusader from last, yes! Masked Crusader, what a return from the star gelding.
I don't think he can beat Behemoth, but they can try.
Behemoth, the big brute, goes back to back in the Benzie. Behemoth has just won from Beau Rossiter-Farnay.
But Ayrton, it's the horse to get out. It's the get out bet of the day.
Ayrton over the top of King Magnus, and Ayrton goes home better for favourite punters. Beat King Magnus.
Hello everyone, we're ready to rip right into another race day preview. We're previewing Fee and Stakes Day at the Valley. Last week I got 5 winners and the past 2 weeks before they got 4 winners, so I'm in form. No one knows what's going to happen with the weather or the track. So I tried to get onto the great man himself, Brent Zarafa, and managed to. Anyway, let's see what I put out on Twitter. I said, at Brent Zarafa, need help. Seems to be a lot of rain falling on the valley in the days to come. How do we treat the track doing the form? And the great meteorologist man was good enough to reply saying, it's hard to predict early with warm and dry weather forecast till Thursday and then significant rain Friday and potentially Saturday. I'd be as nimble as possible and bet as late as possible. Conditions could change dramatically. So that's BZ's thoughts. Took that into account. He said last night on Sprint Contenders probably be soft 7 to heavy 10, so work around that. Anyway, you're going to need some wet trackers. We're going to get straight on with the preview, starting with the Black Bookers. Sorry with the long intro, by the way, but we're slowly getting there, quickly running through the Black Bookers. Actow might not be ready yet, the heavy track might not be in its favour. I don't think the heavy track will be in Pancho's favour either, but it's racing well. Front page has to jump from a wide gate sit on a fast speed, unlikely. Viral can win, just needs the right run, and Mr. Moneybags can't run on a wet track. So those are my thoughts on the Black Bookers. Now straight on with the winners. Race 1 is a 3-year-old handicap over the 1500 metres. Sandy Prince is the $3.10 favourite ahead of Venting, the last start winner, at $5 for Damien Lane and Danny O'Brien. This is a recent effort at Sandown of Sandy Prince, Sea Lion and Saint Tropez. This was a very slowly run race, so it was basically a sit and sprint. Sandy Prince was able to sprint considering it was at the front. Sea Lion did pretty well, and Saint Tropez was just knuckling down late. I've tipped Saint Tropez on top on the weekend. I just think with a faster speed on Saturday, it won't be a sit and sprint, and it gets to use its turn of foot quicker. But the Moonee Valley Straight probably doesn't suit it, but I think it's over the odds at $18 compared to Sandy Prince at $3.10. So I've got Saint Tropez on top. Sandy Prince can run well, gate 4, Craig Williams. Venting might get too far back from gate 3, but I reckon it can jump better and get in a better spot this time. And Forgot You's a pretty good horse from gate 7, will be getting back though. 9 the win on Sandy Prince, 4 each way on Saint Tropez to start the day at the Valley. Race 2 is a benchmark 78 over the 1600 metres, and Mr. Brightside, the $3 favourite, won its past 3 starts, ahead of $5.50 for Worsfold. This is the last start effort of Chief Altony at Sandown in a race won by Wicklow Town, and if you keep watching Chief Altony, it gets absolutely no luck. Now, this horse on the weekend draws gate 16, so it's going to be an awful map for it, but I reckon if it gets the right run, gets cover, I think it's a major chance. On a wet, it's way better on a wet track. It's been a few disappointing runs lately, but that's been on a firm track. It gets on a wet track. If it just gets the right run, I reckon it should be below $7, and I've got it on top just in case it does get cover. Mr. Brightside won 3 in a row. It's an outstanding horse and can definitely win. Rock in the Park on a very heavy track is pretty good from gate 1. I'm happy to throw it in there at $26, and Nick House Spur will be getting back but running on late. We're going to go 9 the win on Chief Altony, 10 the win on Mr. Brightside, and 2 each way on Rock in the Park. Race 2. Race 3 is for the 3-year-old Colts and Geldings over the 1200 metres. Generation is the $3.20 favourite ahead of Taunting, $3.50, and they clearly had the mark at $8.50 for Hushka. I think that's how you pronounce it. Athelric is the horse we're having a look at in this replay. This was in the Mackenzie Stakes, won by He's Exceptional, and Jigsaw ran second, so it's pretty good form. This was a really fast speed, so it probably didn't suit the back markers. Athelric was too far back, even though it was in fourth, so I'm happy to forgive this run. From gate 2 on the weekend, and Damien Oliver can settle close to the speed, probably box seating. It's unproven on a heavy track, but if it does alright on the heavy track, I'm happy to put it on top. I think $10 over the odds for this particular horse. Generation jumps from a wide gate but goes forward. Might get trapped out 3 wide, no cover, we'll see. Taunting definitely won't. It goes forward from a low draw and can definitely win. Loves a heavy track. Scissor Step. Ran a pretty good race in the showdown behind Finance Tycoon. From gate 4 will get a good run and a good sight, but Athelric at $9.50 in race 3. Race 4 is an open handicap over the Cox Plate start of 2,000 metres. Heart of Puissance and De Groves had the mark at $4 and $4.60 for both of them, and then $6.50 out there for Coolth. This is basically my top 3 on the weekend: Pancho, Solsamore and Actal. I think this is the right form. They did set up fast speed in this race, and it might have flattened a few of these, but I'm hoping they didn't because they all ran pretty well. Pancho obviously won the race. It was the fittest horse. I think Solsamore can run really well on the weekend onto a heavy track. It's better suited on a heavy track than Pancho and Actal, definitely. So I've got Solsamore in there. I've stuck with Pancho. It's won on a heavy track before, but that wasn't in as good of a class of a race as this. I'm trusting Pancho. It's a fit horse and can do well. Solsamore loves a heavy track, and from gate 10 just needs to slot in with cover. Heart of Puissance first up is the main query. It's been scratched 2 weeks in a row, but it comes into this pretty fit, so I've got it in there. And Actal, just in case something weird happens, I've got it in there. 1 each way on Actal, 10 the win on Pancho, and also 3 each way on Solsamore for this race. Race 5 is the Group 2 McEwen over the 1,000 metres. Portland Sky is the $2.60 favourite ahead of September Run at $3.60, and then Esta La Rocca at $6.50. We're going to take a look at a recent jump out of Portland Sky and the Inferno. I like these two on the weekend. I think they're the main two. Portland Sky jumped out pretty well in this jump out, not as good as the Inferno, who ran on late. I think he needed to be on speed in this McEwen. I don't think he would do a September Run and come from the back. It might be all too late. Portland Sky draws a wide gate and the map is so ugly for it, but I just think if it gets cover, it'll bolt in. It should be odds on if it gets cover. So Portland Sky on top with no real confidence because of the map. The Inferno, if it goes forward, I reckon it'll give a big sight. It's unproven on a heavy track though, and that is the query. September Run, in my opinion, will be getting too far back, but I've got it in there for third. And just in case the track is real bogged, favouring front runners, Sir Galahad, a sneaky $1 each way on it, just in case the track is bogged, but unlikely. Portland Sky is on top for me. Race 6 is the listed Atlantic Jewel Stakes over the 1,200 metres. Argentia, the exciting horse, is the $3.70 favourite ahead of Scorched Earth at $5.50. We're taking a look at Scorched Earth's run in the Quezette Stakes. This was a pretty good run, sitting up on speed, beating Gimme Pa and Heresy. Heresy ran well last week at Caulfield. I think Scorched Earth is a pretty good chance on Saturday. It fits the formula that I do for this race. The only big query is it's unproven on a heavy track, and the track might be really bogged by this time, and that's obviously the main query. But if it was a good track, I thought it should have started favourite. But Scorched Earth, I reckon, it's a classy horse. It'll put itself on speed. Damien Lane takes over the reins. It'll be right there, ready to strike. If it handles the heavy track, I reckon it's in the mix. So Scorched Earth on top. Argentia, the Freedmans say it can't handle a heavy track, but it's a classy horse, so I've got it in there for second. La Roque will be more forward this time, and don't forget about it and what it can do up the front. It's a pretty good horse, and Literary Magnate can handle the heavy track because it's a warnable horse. But Scorched Earth, $5.50 seems a good price for this race. This is the race I'm probably looking forward to the most. It's the listed Chautauqua Stakes over the 1,200 metres. Away game on this page is the $5.50 pop ahead of Pintoff at $6.50. And there's Bella Nipotina, the favourite, at $5. This is an effort of Wild Planet. 2 starts ago in May in the Dubin 10,000. This was last time it was first up, Wild Planet. And you can see it absolutely runs through the line pretty well. Now, Wild Planet can handle heavy tracks, so that's no issue. I love Wild Planet. it'll get back. It'll be storming home late. If it's anywhere near its best, it'll win. So I think $7 is a good price about Wild Planet, and I'm happy to put it on top in the Chautauqua Stakes. Order of Command. It loves heavy ground. It gets a good run for Damien Oliver. It'll be right there and ready to strike. So I've got them two. Riddle Me That might get stuck from a low draw, but it's in there in front page. I just threw it in there because it's one of the black bookers for 4th, but it's a long way off. Wild Planet and Order of Command, who I've got on top. 10 the win on Wild Planet, and 4 each way on Order of Command. In race 7, the Chautauqua Stakes, it's gonna be a belter. Race 8 is the feature race on the card, the Group 2 Fee and Stakes over the 1600 metres. Win and you're in something special, can't remember what. $5 equal favourites for Superstorm and Elephant anyways. But we're going to take a look at an effort of the Chosen One. This was last time it was first up in Australia. This was all the way back in 2020, and it burst through the field at 20-1 and won here. So I reckon it's suited first up. It loves being first up. It loves wet tracks. It beat horses here like Aristia, Irish Flame and Django Freeman. Irish Flame went on to win a Ballarat Cup after this, so it's good form. The Chosen One from Gate 9 will be getting back and running on late. I reckon it's a good chance at $11. Damien Lane chomps off Elephant to ride the Chosen One. That also fills me with confidence. So 10 the win on the Chosen One. Elephant will be right there from Gate 1. Good tactical advantage over Superstorm and all of its key rivals, so it's in there. Superstorm will be getting too far back from Gate 5, especially around the valley, so I'm happy to take it on at the price. Port Galom, the import, will get back, but it loves wet tracks, so I've got to throw it in there. But the Chosen One to win the fee in for me. The last race is an open handicap over the 1600 metres, and Skyman is the $4.20 favourite ahead of High Stranger at $5, and there's $8 about for Winning Partner. This is a last start effort of Skyman and Viral at the Valley. This was in a 1500 metre race. I want to watch this again because I tipped Viral at $17, so it's a good win. I've got Skyman on top this weekend, however. The map is ugly for Skyman, but I just think second up it's really fit and it loves heavy tracks. So does Viral, and it's drawn inside Skyman, so it'll probably be closer in the run. But Viral was about 5th up and Skyman was first up on this occasion, so Skyman would take more race benefit for this, and I reckon it's the way to get out. $4.20 for Skyman. Wicklow Town's been racing so consistent, and if it gets cover, it'll be right there to strike and run well. Viral, you can't knock it. It's a good horse. It's going to go in there. And Winning Partner will probably be getting too far back for Skyman and Viral, but it'll be running on well. I've got 6 to win on both Skyman and Wicklow Town to finish the day at the Valley. Fee and Stakes say it's going to be a cracker day.